Is it right for you to be angry? How many times, O Lord, have I heard this question from you? I assumed I understand your will, but when my will clashes with your perfect, good and acceptable will, I become angry. Lord, you asked this same question to your prophet Jonah. You asked him to go to Nineveh to preach to the people about repentance. Your good will collided with the rebellious, short-sighted will of mankind. Jonah refused to hear your voice and became angry. I refused to preach to those sinful, undeserving people. They deserve to perish. In an unexpected turn of events, he did not go. I will not go. I will not listen. I will not even obey. Similar to my father Jonah, the prophet, I too have ignored your voice, Lord, many times, and oftentimes even wrestled with you. While in your humble and loving fatherhood embrace, you say to me, "Is it right for you to be angry, my son?" The prophet Jonah did it for the second time, when he saw what he did not expect. Thousands of the Ninevites and their king were repenting, returning from their wicked ways, and God relented from the disaster that he said he would bring upon them. Offended by God's truly free grace, Jonah became angry. Didn't I say before I left my town that you are a gracious, merciful God, slow to anger and abundant in loving kindness? I and every Jonah like me do not like it when God shows mercy on the sinners or when he rescues them from their darkness. Similar to my father Jonah, I do not agree with God's mercy and his kindness on those who cause harm on the church. Similar to my father Jonah, I also become angry at God's display of abundant compassion, mercy, and unreasonable forgiveness. I prefer for those who harm me or my people that they ought to perish. I forget that God transformed Saul the persecutor to Paul the evangelist, Moses the murderer into Moses the contrite, and Mary the harlot into Mary the hermit. How I often want to apply your judgment strictly on the others, but keep your mercy for myself and those I approve of. I feel right to be angry. I even dare saying it's better for me to die than to live. God shames me with his loving question, "Is it right for you to be angry?" And for the third time, my father Jonah did it again, sitting and watching while angry at God's forgiveness, but enjoying God's shade through a tiny plant, waiting for the Ninevites in case they go back in their repentance, and God will be true in his punishment. I wonder, my son, if you have learned from my servant Jonah, who became my example, tasting the death through the big fish for 3 days and 3 nights. I wonder, my son, if you stop being stubborn in asking for your will to be done, asking for evil to come and commanding fire to descend. My son, I am the beneficent one who knows only how to give goodness. My son, I long for you to be like me, to desire mercy and forgiveness for everyone you meet. To every Jonah, to every Job, and to everyone in mankind who may think they were in the wrong time or place, prepare yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Did you think by you fleeing to Tarshish, you were going to change the ending of the story? Did you know that you served me so well, even by sleeping in the ship and becoming a preacher to the mariners, did you know you were the only gospel those mariners will ever read? Did you forget how important the questions they asked you? For whose cause is this trouble upon us? What is your occupation? And where do you come from? And what's your country? Don't ever think, my son, you are placed in any situation as a coincidence. I will use such opportunities for my glory to be revealed, and when you submit to my will, I will use you as an instrument of witness to my kingdom. I will question you, and you shall answer me. What did you think when you entered the belly of the fish? Did you think I forgot all about you or abandoned you because you fled? I was watching you when you were so scared, listening to the rapid and loud heartbeats of the big fish. I kept an eye on you, my son, so you do not go in despair. Do you think, my son, I will ever allow you to face tribulation and I turn my eye from you? When you ran from me, I pulled you from the depth of your self-made pit, fenced around you and embraced you. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Was it right for you to be angry about the plant? You have had pity on the plant for which you have not labored, nor made it grow, which came up in a night and perished in a night. Should I not pity thousands of people who I desire for them to return to me? My son, I wish for you to see the full picture. My desire is the salvation for all my creation, and I will prepare and provide so many venues for salvation to occur. Just be like me, have pity on everyone, desire the salvation of everyone, and long for all to enter my kingdom. My children, everywhere and in all times, I know when you are in pain, when you are troubled, confused, angry, or feeling desperate. But know this, I will never leave you nor forsake you. I desire to have you as my pen, so I may write the history of the nations with your life as a crowned testimony, or use you as my staff, so in times of afflictions you will remember who freed and delivered you. But you, my servant Jonah, and every Jonah, know where I am, there my servant will be also.